So if you're moving to the Atlanta area and you just watched my Reynoldstown vlog tour and you want to know more about the neighborhood, well then this video is for you. I'm going to sit down on a Google's map and just show you where everything is, where the Beltline is, what are some of the major roads and some of the bottlenecks. And there's a lot of coffee shops in Reynoldstown, I realize. So I'm going to point out some of these coffee shops to you and a couple of other hot spots that you can go to. So stay tuned for all of that. But hey, if you are new to my channel or returning and you have not subscribed yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and give me a like. It really helps me out. And hit that bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when I do post a new video. But as always, if you have any comments or questions, put them in that comments box below, or you can always shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. All my contact information is below as well. So without further ado, let's jump on to the map. Okay, so you can see the outline of Reynoldstown right here. It's just a little tiny neighborhood, just a couple miles from downtown, but you can kind of see how it is in relation to the rest of the city. You got the airport down here, but you have really, I mean, it's right against I-20, so very, very quick access to I-20 to get on your way to wherever you need to go. And a couple of other main roads. So to the north, you also have DeKalb Avenue that runs, it turns into Decatur Avenue, but you could take this all the way into downtown as well. So, you know, if you work down there or trying to get down there and I-20 is jammed, you can certainly hop on this. And I honestly would do that anyway, because it's just a lot less traffic in my mind. But it's a quick moving road. But you know, if you want to access DeKalb Avenue and you live in Reynoldstown, you're either going to have to go on, you know, Moreland. Let me see if I can move my screen here so you can see the top here. You can either go on Moreland and then get on DeKalb that way, or you could hop over. You're going to go down Wiley Street. You could cut through this the Krog Street Tunnel. Remember, this Krog Street Tunnel it's got like graffiti everywhere. The first time I drove through it, I kind of wondered if I was in an okay area. It was a lot more transitional at the time when I moved here, but the first time I drove through that, I was like, what in the world? But now it's just kind of, it's almost like an Instagram spot for people to go take their picture, and artists love to put their art up there. But you could go through this tunnel and hop on DeKalb Avenue that way too. I will tell you, I have been stuck in traffic along Wiley trying to get through this tunnel on a weekend, and it was backed up and it took many light cycles. It was really, really frustrating and annoying. So just FYI, it can get a little bit crowded. A couple other main roads. I mean, I would say this Wiley Street is kind of one of your main entrances into Reynoldstown off of Moreland. This is a very, very busy road. Another one would be, I guess Kirkwood is another one. It goes all the way, almost all the way through the neighborhood as well. One bottleneck I will warn you about is if you go, you know, let's say you're going to go to the grocery store over at Madison Yards, which is just across. This is Memorial Drive right here, this big yellow line right here. So this is a very busy road as well. But there is a lot of shopping over here. This is all fairly new within the last three years or so. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. There's a movie theater, there's some restaurants, there's a really nice Publix grocery store here. There's a First Watch breakfast spot. But you know, if you're gonna go grocery shopping over here, and you know, I guess you can get back into the neighborhood going through one of these side streets. But where the bottleneck is, okay, is if you're on Memorial and you're coming up on Moreland, let's say you're trying to get on the highway, or you're going to go north on Moreland, this intersection right here is awful. If you're wanting to make a left turn off of this road onto Moreland, it's awful. The traffic lights there are just not set up very well, and it only allows like 2 or 3 cars to turn at a time. It's very frustrating. So I would suggest avoiding this intersection. If you need to make a left, cut through the neighborhood, go up a street to get on, because this intersection right here is it's just awful. So take my word for it, it is bad. So next thing, let's talk about where the schools are. If you have kids that are going to be going to school, elementary school is zoned to Burgess Peterson, which is over in East Atlanta. So your kid will have to hop over the highway on Moreland and then go on Glenwood Avenue, and it's right over here. If you got someone in middle school, that is zoned to Martin Luther King Jr. Middle, which is over in Grant Park, borderline Summerhill. So it's right over here. And then the Maynard Jackson High School is actually a lot closer. It's over here, just south of the Glenwood Park area. So those are your schools. And a couple other things I'll point out is that there is a MARTA station at the northern end of this neighborhood. So it's shared by the Inman Park, but you can access it on this side. You don't have to hop over DeKalb Avenue on the other side to access it. There's a way you can get onto the MARTA station over here. The other big thing, I mean, the thing that really has made Reynoldstown transition a ton is the Beltline. The Beltline goes right through almost the middle of the neighborhood, and once it gets wily, there's a sidewalk here that connects through the Krog Tunnel, and then you hit Inman Park, and then it goes up that way. So Reynoldstown is really great because, you know, if you are feeling like some food or drinks at a different neighborhood, I mean, hop over to Inman Park. You got Krog Street Market right there, and you know they have a bunch of restaurants right along Highland Avenue, right up and through here. So it's really not that far if you're into walking or riding a bike or taking a scooter. So that's pretty cool. And then you can also head south, and Glenwood Park, right in here, they just opened up. There's a big Kroger grocery store right there. It's really nice. And there's a Chick-fil-A, which you can laugh at me, but there's really not a lot of Chick-fil-A's in town. There's a Chick-fil-A here, and there's a Chick-fil-A over in Decatur. Otherwise, you have to go up into like the Midtown area, and there's some like in buildings which are kind of hard to access. So you can laugh at me, but if you are moving to Atlanta and you're going to become a Chick-fil-A fan, you know, they are headquartered here. So and you know, I got young kids, and young kids eat Chick-fil-A all the time. So the Beltline is pretty cool that runs through here. Other attractions, as I had mentioned, Madison Yards, just south of Memorial. So that's right in through here. So some little restaurants there, breakfast, First Watch. I mentioned in my vlog tour of Reynoldstown Homegrown, this has been here for I don't know how long. I'm going to switch over so I can zoom in on this, but it just tastes like your grandma's breakfast, like just good like comfort food. Let me see if I can find some good photos here. But pancakes, you got some breakfast enchiladas, it looks like. Their biscuits, and yeah, so it's funny because Homegrown used to just be this little shack by itself, and you know, down the road was like, you know, used tires and rims and stuff, and now there's so much built up around here. I mean, they're putting up some apartments over here, and there's apartments all along this road. But yeah, Homegrown is definitely a good little brunch spot, kind of hole in the wall. But there's this Curry Up Now, which is, you know, Indian food, which I've eaten there a few times. It's pretty good for something kind of a quicker Indian. Whoops, I don't know why that's coming up. And then another, I guess I should say there's lots of coffee shops around here. So Muchacho, this is a cool one. Right off of the Beltline, has a great patio space, good coffee. And they also do like breakfast tacos, and they even do like cocktail drinks later in the day. It's just a really cool vibe over there. And then I also stopped by the Atlanta Dairies, and it's still developed, like there's still a lot of office space or commercial space available there. But you could always go over there, and they've got like a cold brew bar. So if you're wanting another different coffee shop, this is one you could go to. There's also 3 taverns. So if you want to, get a beer and sit on the patio, you could certainly do that there. I actually bought a coffee while I was doing my vlog tour of Reynoldstown at Con Leche Coffee. Just a cute little coffee shop. Fun little neighborhood vibe right in there. And I love their little space with the painted colors. It's just like a cool eclectic spot. And then one final place to go would be this park grounds. This is to take your dogs. You can get a drink and let your dog roam around here. Let me see if I can find some pictures that would demonstrate this. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I showed it in my vlog tour. If you want to get another, there you can kind of see some picnic tables with your dogs, and it's very casual, simple, nothing fancy, but it's kind of in the middle of the neighborhood, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, so there's a lot of little places you can eat just inside the neighborhood. And then I should mention, shopping wise, you're in a really good spot for, if you need to go to Target. Oh my goodness, you're just across the street from Moreland. Hop over here. There is a Target. There's a Barnes & Noble. I don't even know who shops at a Barnes & Noble anymore. I feel like bookstores are far and few between, but it does have a Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a Kroger, Office Depot, Vitamin Shop. There's a Petco, so if you have pets and need some pet supplies, you got that there. There's also a Lowe's. I think this is like the only Lowe's I know of, maybe 2 that I know of inside the perimeter. I feel like it's all Home Depot because Home Depot is based in Atlanta, but you got some other little shops right in through here, so it's just across the street, so you don't have to go very far. So let's see, was there anything else I wanted to mention about restaurants? I think that was kind of it, but I think one thing that is great about Reynoldstown is that you are so close to all these other neighborhoods. You don't have to drive very far, especially with the Beltline. This part, I will say, the Beltline is not finished as of now, starting from like basically where Glenwood is, and then this way south into Grant Park. This section is not done, it's just gravel, but it will be pretty cool when it is all paved, and you can still walk on it now, it's just not paved. But it's just a great spot that's very central, it's surrounded by a bunch of great neighborhoods. So that's one thing that's great about it. I mentioned this in my vlog tour though, that a lot of these streets are very narrow, and some of the homes, well, most of the homes are, they're very close to each other. You're not going to get a lot of space on the side of your house. They are just kind of crammed in. That's just how the neighborhood has always been. Thanks for joining me, you guys. I hope this helped you out. And as always, you can always send me a comment in the comment section below, or shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, and be glad to answer any questions you have. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.